Got it. Report. Mhm. All right, Travis Bagent. It seems like we are live for our first official ever. Tell me I'm the greatest episode. And finally, of the oldest years, after all career up and downs, altercations with different production companies, here we are finally in the building. And welcome, sir. Please tell us how it's going. Where's the hat and the bears?
It has been a wild ride here the last 48 hours, ladies and gentlemen. I have had huge amount of peaks and maybe some of the worst valleys ever the last 48 hours. So I'll just lay it out to you. I always thought I was too cool to have a podcast. Now I have to have a podcast in order for anyone to even know who I am, even in my own family. All it is Tyson Bagent this, Tyson Bagent that. Yes, my son scored a touchdown in the NFL. His acting agent, has started a worldwide tour for this man, only to find out that I have been fired from being his agent. He has hired two other I can't say that. Maybe they're good people. But two other people are in charge of my son's future, and I have been issued a gag order. I'm not even allowed to talk about Tyson. They even took my hat. I don't even have a hat anymore. So it was really cool when I was his agent, when no one knew us. I was the driving situation from the marketing department. Now they barely even acknowledge he even has parents. And he's different. I can't even get a hold of him anymore.
Well, do you think it's going to be good? It's for the good for his career or for the worse?
He said that I am too much of a shady character to be in charge of his finances and or being his marketing liaison. His mama told him that shit.
Can we get Casey on the phone?
His mom, she changed her number too. I don't even know where they are. They're all gone. I woke up to an empty hotel room today. Everybody's gone.
Hotel room today. Yeah, because we forgot you ain't got the house, right? You in this tough situation.
Come on, man. I'm struggling, man. Is there anybody? If you feel sorry for me, write Cowboys fan, because that's what I am now.
Cowboys.
I'm just a Cowboys fan like I used to be. So just if you're here for this podcast to find out anything about the Bears or Tyson Bagent, there will be no mention of the Chicago Bears nor any mention of that old quarterback who used to be a person I knew in my life.
Right, so we keep in the spot.
You give your sweat and tears to somebody for 23 years, and this is how they repay you once Jimmy Kimmel calls.
Once Jimmy Kimmel calls.
Okay. Whoa.
So this podcast is directly arm wrestling, I'm assuming, from what you
100%. There will be no mention of said quarterback nor said former team, now known as the Dallas Cowboys. And I will go on record to say the greatest quarterback I've ever known is Tony Romo.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I mean, not that I can support you in the first discussion anyway. So, but I can do plenty of words here because we are 5 days away from East versus West 9. As you know, and probably already discussed it, athletes are already showing up. Ivan Matushenko is there. David Arabula is there. They haven't been there for 2 months straight. It's impressive what's going on in the world of arm wrestling.
No doubt. I'm ready to hear. Do we have some cancellations? Are we 100% solidified on the card?
So, as we discussed yesterday, I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's been officially announced, or maybe a mis-official announcement, but Prudnik and Prudnik is not showing up. I'm assuming it's his tooth problem, and I'm assuming it's an out, unless somebody from the chat can tell me otherwise.
Is that the only match that's been compromised?
Seems like it. Yeah, let me read it up. If Engen been updating us on that.
Where is Engen? Can we please get him on here immediately?
Nah, man, nah. He only watches the episode that's about football. He doesn't care about the arm wrestling ones.
Football is dead to me. Continue with the next question.
I got you. Oh, okay. People say that he's still showing up. He hasn't pulled out, as far as we all concerned. Okay, it's still happening. He might have a little funny.
Well, we gave Jerry up to 4 hours before competition day, so we'll give Prudnik whatever time he needs.
All right, then. Shit, I guess it seems like we have a full card. That's no problems. So,
all right, I forget every one of the matchups that I said who was going to win. So this will be probably the most hypocritical episode ever.
Maybe not, but we do have to, listen, I was thinking, why don't we do, like how people have this misconception that over there, overseas, that athletes get paid to go to worlds, they get paid to compete, they get paid to do stuff, right? But every time,
of course, how else are we supposed to get to sleep at night, knowing that if we wanted to, we could train as much as we wanted? So
then I break up the sad news that you do get paid after you done won some shit. Like after you gone and got that gold medal, you're gonna get paid some, an okay amount of money. They still have to go to work and stuff. But once you get the gold medal and you keep bringing one every year, you're kind of set. You're all right, right? So
can we get somebody on this show to tell us what they won when they win the gold medal? Why is this such a fucking secret? You got a better chance of asking the mortgage guy what the interest rate is.
Oh no, I mean I've heard all the numbers and interest rate numbers. You're probably better off thinking worlds than applying for mortgage.
So tell me, as a young man growing up in young Siberia, what would the gold medal in the 132 class have accomplished for Artem and his family?
In my little state, oh, you know what? I will have probably gotten I probably will have technically zero, right? It will have gotten me $0 for doing anything if I don't go and hustle about it, right? So there's no parade when I come home. There's nothing happening, right? So, but I do know I have this thing right now, and I can go hassle around, right? Talk to some people, do some, post celebratory thing like, hey, I went to represent and stuff. That's where you can go, and maybe in my small little ghetto Siberian town, because it's so small, we have all the sport things growing and whatever money you can pour into sport. I can go around and talk to a couple of secretaries and be like, yo, I did this and this, can I get some money? And maybe hustle out $500,000 for that one thing. That's about it.
All right, so we know that your country sucks. Let's go on to another country. What happens with Giannis if he wins? What happens with Prudnik when he wins? What happens with anybody? What happens with Saban when he wins?
I'm pretty sure Latvians ain't getting shit, really. Like, I don't think they have government support.
So who is getting paid? Just the top 10 guys that pull in these super matches across the country?
No, as I said, like you have to like if you're from Kazakhstan, right? That's where probably everybody gets something. Those are the guys. I've talked to Alajan, right, to the left-handed dude, right. Back in the days was a little bit better. Nowadays, still, not like that, but he never talked about it all excited as shit. He almost talked about it like it was a bother. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you get something, but you have to go and win. Like, it's fucking hard for everybody. So you have to go to Worlds, spend all your money, and then from there, I think that gold medal is equal like $1,000 to $2,000 once you bring it here, like, to Kazakhstan, and from that point on until the next Worlds, you get paid like $500 a month. That we should
Well,
get
that's
paid.
pretty sweet. Yeah. I mean, if you got $500 a month in the US, you'd be happy as shit.
And he said, like, if you live somewhere off in the fucking village, right, and fucking nothing going on there for you, you can live on that, right? But if you happen to live in a normal city, like, get fucked.
Right. All right,
So,
you heard it there. Stop talking shit about people getting paid. Ain't nobody getting paid no
so,
damn money.
so anyway, so what I was trying to bring in here, they all getting something if they're bringing something back. So I figured if you win East versus West match, I feel like the Bagent group will give you $100 credit towards buying all the Todd Hutchings shirts.
Oh no, we'll give you free t-shirts, free Todzilla shirts, and free Tell Me I'm the Greatest shirts. Make that shit happen. That's for any world champ, any European or world champ. We just need $175 for shipping, and that shirts are yours.
Well, I figure we'll give some incentives to, Dustin Hyatt, Brad Grundy's, and Derek Smith. Everybody, if you win your match, you get a free T-shirt, and I'm gonna give everybody $100 credit to at modernaminos.com.
Nice.
Considering there could only be like one or two
All right,
winners.
let's run down the card. What we got?
Hey, hold on. Before I read, there's a super chat. There's $5 super chat. Did Tyson get to keep the ball he scored his first NFL touchdown with?
He did, but I'm not allowed to talk about any Tyson Bagent stuff. But yes, I have that ball.
I was about to say, and with this super chat, we can go into East versus S9, and the first match being Dustin Hyatt and Thomas Mangi. Which Thomas, I feel like
Thomas from
Italy. I believe he is from Italy.
Yeah, I think Dustin Hyatt probably has to. I mean, unless he's just too young to understand the magnitude of that stage, he's probably in big trouble. So I'm going with the Italian, even though I don't even know who it is, but I'm saying that just because it's real difficult for a newcomer, boy, real difficult. I'm going to say that Dustin Hyatt has a good showing, but not a winning showing. But I am rooting for him. That's for damn sure.
All right. Brad Grundy and Kyle Hutchinson.
Now, these is two English folks, right? Two English-speaking blokes?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better for Brad. It's a little bit better. But I do like Brad. He is gangster. He goes hard. He probably won't be scared, but I think he's also interested in arm wrestling a few different ways. He is probably going to find out that there's one terrified outside look. That's the only way you can probably win out there. So I'm going to say Brad Grundy goes down. Although I do like the chances. Big ups to Ingen not putting him up against a Kazakhstanian. A Kazakian.
Just say Kazakh. Like, it will make
Kazakh.
it so much cooler.
100%. I was looking for that word. All
right. One of my favorite matches on the card, Derek Smith and Mehdi Abdulwand.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, man. Derek Smith, boy, Ingen hates Derek. Put him up with two guys that are the two best in the world, and then now this guy here, I think, can beat the two guys that already beat him. So yeah, this big man is bringing the pain train. So Derek Smith, no motherfucking chance.
Man, it is a tough one. It is a tough one. However, I mean, dude, with or without us knowing how bad all of the dudes Derek has been faced, but now it's clear that there've been some bad dudes. Like you said, like him going back to the States, he should be smacking everybody around him who's normal now.
Yeah, very underwhelming human being when it comes to opportunities, perception. Definitely has some building to do. The thing he's got going for him, and he's an outstanding human being. Everybody seems to like him. So, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, but we definitely are begging for some sort of emotion. My man, please leave something on that stage. Break your fucking arm. Do something to make sure we know that you are trying as hard as you can.
140 South African Rand super chat. It's about $7. Can we expect another
$7? That reminds me of the $7 I loaned Tyson Bagent before camp started. And now look at it, an undrafted free agent about to maybe make the 53-man roster. Maybe, but right now, I think he's going to make it. But listen, Artem, I already told you twice. Don't keep asking me questions about Tyson. Move on with the card.
I got you. Can we expect another Travis Bagent signed trading card for East versus West 9 or 10? As I was not able to get East versus West 6 trading cards.
I pray that I disrespected the process so badly with my initials that no one ever asked me to do another trading card. Just like the trading card deal I got Tyson with Panini, with Leaf, with all of the card companies that you people are buying right now. Tyson's card went from $6 to $800. That card right there, Artem, you need to put that on eBay and tell me how much money they offered you. Can you please do that? But no, listen, Artem, that's it, bro. Do not ask me another question about Tyson. Move on.
Gotcha. My apologies, sir. Then the next one. All right, so hold on. You're saying Magda gonna kill Derek?
Yes, Magda is going to kill Derek, 100%. Just like most likely the Chicago Bears are going to kill the Buffalo Bills next Saturday. My son will maybe be starting, but I won't be there because you know why? I'm not his agent anymore. But hey, Artem, I've been told not to discuss anything about Tyson. So please, my man, don't ask me another question.
I'll stop. But no more Tyson thing, so we can go on and move.
Anybody sends a super chat with Tyson's name in it is banned from the show. Cowboy fans only on this show from now on.
What do you think about Artur Makarov and Adam Wojcinski?
Man, let me tell you something. I would love to see. I mean, I'm just imagining that Artem is going to be magical at taking his hand. And I believe a good, strong suit, a strong characteristic of Adam Wojcinski is that he can hook guys that are trying to top roll him. I'm just wondering, man, listen, I think I said it before. The hook does not travel from America over to Turkey, bro. That game plan, you could so easily be overwhelmed. Kind of like the draft. I thought Tyson was getting drafted, right? All of a sudden, overwhelmingly, no, you're an undrafted free agent. Even though I put my heart and soul in those ESPN and those NFL things, did everything I could do for that young man. He decides I'm no longer his agent. So, yeah, Adam is in big trouble, man. And listen, Artem, quit drawing reference to the whole bear thing. You can already tell I'm a little twisted about Tyson possibly starting Saturday at Soldier Field because he is a bad man. So bad, he doesn't even hang out with his pops anymore. I know, is that crazy? Crazy how expensive the Tyson Bagent card right now.
Hold on. I was looking up Ivan Matushenko and David Arabuli's stats or cards, but then I scoop on eBay because I don't want to talk about this, football stuff. However, that Tyson Bagent card was sold yesterday with $5 shipping, $5.85 shipping, and $785 for the card itself. Was sold yesterday. And the one before
Artem, I do not care about the Chicago Bears or that bullshit anymore. This is an arm wrestling podcast. If anyone mentions the Bears, they're out.
That's not the same card I got. Oh, fuck. Hey, the card before that on the 16 was sold for $222.
Woo, man. That is trippy, right?
Many helmets were sold for $100 each.
Whoa. Listen, if you don't change the subject, I'm getting off the podcast right away.
Sorry, sir. Ivan Matushenko.
I do not want to talk about Tyson Bagent and the Chicago Bears, even though he was trending Saturday in the top 4 in the world. You were either talking about Messi, Trump, or Bagent. That's it.
Guys, so what do you think? Ivan Matushenko and David Arabuli. David is the guy that
I am rooting for David or David or whatever hell we call his name, only because of my pure hatred for Matushenko.
For him exposing that you're not as good
100%. I'm out here killing the whole world. And he's like, dude, check the stats. He's really not even that good. I'm like, what? Every time he made a reference, it was brutally true. Kind of like my quest to get Tyson Bagent drafted. But what does he do? Hires a big time agency. Now his dad can't even get a hold of him.
Can we keep it arm wrestling, please?
I'm not going to be able to tell you again, Artem. Strictly East versus West arm wrestling. No Tyson Bagent. I'm tired of every scroll. You can't even scroll down my Facebook. All I see is Tyson Bagent. He's the greatest thing in the world. He did it all himself, despite how terribly he was raised. That's all we're hearing across the whole country. This is some bull to the shit. Just because he's the greatest quarterback in the history of the world, I'm supposed to drop everything I'm doing and not do this arm wrestling podcast, only be talking for you know how many interviews I got set up right now with Chicago? I can't even do them because I've got a gag order. They think I'll say something crazy, Artem.
Can't believe it, especially if you watch the press conference. Tyson said the only call he took was from his daddy. So, people are watching, son. People are watching.
And that was to tell me I was fired. That's the only thing he wanted. He said, I don't need you anymore. I'm big time. You're fired. So that's why I will never talk about the fact that my son is going to the College Football Hall of Fame. That he, as an undrafted free agent rookie in a mere month, is now, besides Justin Fields, the most famous human being in the great city of Chicago. I will not ever be talking about how phenomenal this human being is. Ever again.
Hey, before I move on to talking about Farida Smalley and Georgi Diranov, which is the next match, Do you feel like people are going to be upset that this episode we haven't really talked about the Bears or Tyson?
I've already told you I'm not answering any questions like
So,
that.
sorry.
You're just like the 13 paparazzi that are outside my house this morning. You just don't get it. Tyson and I do not talk anymore. I am done with that. Next chapter.
What do you think about Farida, Smiley, and Georgi? Ziranov.
Two absolutely loving, great human beings, first of all. Reminds me of my son, Tyson Bagent, back in high school. Before he hit big time, Artem, he was a loving guy like Georgie. Fun to be around like Farid. But now he just thinks that he's the shit. So let's just keep it arm wrestling. Let's just keep it arm wrestling, Artem. I am saying that Georgie is too active, too current, too amazing, and that he will keep Farrett out of that hook. I do know back in the day, Farrett was the king at carving. He was like Bagent if there was 3 Bagents. Whoa, whoa. So if anybody could get him in a hook, I would say that you could. It would be Farrett, but Farrett, like me, a little long in the tooth, little older gentleman. I think that Georgie is on top of his game right now. I think he'll stay outside enough and he'll win. But I'm rooting for Farrett too, because he's been such a great guy. And it's like, he's me. If he can get back into it, have a few speed bumps in the way, but get back to that form, that's very promising for a guy like me, who now, since my son, like Steve Kaplan in the WAL, has dismissed me from duties after I built them from the ground up, I will now have to be arm wrestling again when I thought that I would never have to worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
Let's just keep it arm wrestling. Keep it arm wrestling.
People do want to make sure that you're talking about the right Georgi. That's because Ziranov, he likes the hook too.
Oh, I thought it was Fetkov. It's not Fetkov.
No,
It's
no,
Duranov.
it's
Oh, okay. Well, Farred's in big trouble. I think his only hope was that he was going to hook somebody that was going to try to top roll him. So, yeah, I think he's in trouble. Ain't he? Is he arm wrestling the guy that beat Effie? Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Endurance-wise, that guy showed us that he's capable of wars even after being flashed. So, yeah, I'll still now take Georgie, but I'm more confident.
Okay.
I'm more confident in the fact that they are going in the hook and that Georgie, younger, more active.
It just goes to show that you're either so good at this or you have a script, because you don't even need to know a proper Georgie to have a proper prediction.
Hey, man, I'm on it.
Oh, good.
I'm on it.
Dude,
on it.
I'm a Girano fan, and as much as I hate genetically gifted dudes, like this dude went to his first Worlds, beat Vitali, took like second place left-handed, did a whole bunch of shit right-handed in supers, and like that's incredible for the first time ever. Like first year arm wrestling, first year going somewhere.
Bad dude.
Beast, an absolute freak. So all right, Irakli Zerikashvili and David Dadikyan.
Man, I'm such a big Irakli fan.
Okay.
Such a big fan, but man, I feel like this other cat, he's at that level. He's at that level, Ungerbaev level, and at the Todd Hutchings level. So my fear is that this guy could even be better than those two guys who have taken care of Irakli. So I'm going to say, even though I really want Irakli to win, that he's probably in bigger trouble now with the other match being canceled than he was before that. Well, I guess not canceled, right? So we're going to see Prudnik as well, right?
Yeah, it's
I do think Prudnik has enough skill to stay outside. I'm going to say Irakli is such a one-trick pony like me that this guy's aggressive nature will at some point get into Arakle's arm and he will be stronger. So I'm saying Arakle goes down, and I'm saying Prudnik wins as well, as long as he shows up.
Okay.
So it's Davad or David. What do you call the guy?
David.
David wins one, loses one. And don't not tell him I said that. You see how aggressive that dude is?
He will.
I don't fuck with that dude, man. He's like
Oleg.
Yeah, that was mean as shit. I don't want to know smoke with that.
Can't be spiking anything. Crazy. A $10 super chat. Travis, are you training your wrist for good follow through for side pressure? What are the types of plays you can pivot to just flick of the wrist if you're blocked down in the middle?
All I heard is how the Tyson Bagent maneuver in the pocket, and he does it well, young man. But once again, we're talking about arm wrestling. I'm the guy. Don't be bringing up a bunch of football stuff. I told y'all I'm done with that whole Chicago Bear thing. I believe that the most important thing that you can think about is, can you find a machine and apparatus that can set you up in the starting position, and you start working on the fact that you're in that starting position and that you can now move your body around in different places, all right? In a place where you can spend a lot of time, right? If it's uncomfortable, if it's weird or it's too heavy, you won't be able to start figuring out, how can I, my starting position, be in a great place where I still have the ability to move? Is the starting position got me locked up where my feet are planted, my back is leaning back, I've got weight on my elbow? If that's true, then you really can't move after go. So just find you an exercise where you're either allowing back pressure or side pressure to be introduced, but get comfortable and spend a lot of time here in this position, but having the ability to move the rest of your body around. That's what's important. How much of that starting position can I make sure that I'm not committed before go? That's all. So for me, that's all this machine is about at all. And that flick of the wrist you're talking about is more about where and how the connection is made. If that guy is reaching for you, that flick of the wrist is him trying to come back and get some hand control and rotation and a little bit of wrist curl. And then it looks like, oh man, you see that? He took his hand. No, that guy gave me his hand. The motion you saw was him trying to get it back.
Well, thank you for answering that. But do you add anything for the wrist right now? Do you do your holds or rings? Because like you do the side pressure thing, you probably go home, lift your dumbbell.
Right, and here's what you need to know, like this side pressure thing right now, like I do not need my hand to operate the same thing. So you have to know that I now am connected to this handle. This handle side pressure is forcing me into a wrist curl, not taking my hand. So I don't need to do wrist curls. I just need to make sure that my hand is in a spot where side pressure will cause it to pronate and not whatever the backwards thing, whatever rotation that would be.
Oh no, I'm asking you personally, right? Because as far as your like training progression have been going,
no, there's no reason in the world. No, I have not been doing that, but I should be. I should be. All that I've been doing is an extraordinary amount of this side pressure machine. So what you're going to see is that when I'm really terrible, right, I have to commit before go with my balance and body language. It's all, but when I've got this down, if it clicks, right, if it clicks in the next 10 days, right, then when you see me on the 23rd, you're going to see how comfortable I am in balance. And then that fucking explosion will be entirely more fucking devastating than it would be if I was already opening the hand, moving the elbow forward, trying my best to cause the other guy to wrist curl so that the ref can unwrist curl him and give me an advantage. And then because I'm so scared with not having side pressure, I'll have to lay underneath and it'll just be sloppy. I'll get a foul before go, but I'm trying to prevent all that because once I can stand up tall and be comfortable from the starting standpoint, force the other guy to let us both have a real easy grip, I like my chances from a timing standpoint to just, Carl Stanley's going to be a lot stronger than me. There's no doubt about it. But if he's just asleep enough, I'll get out on that hand and it'll be a problem for him.
Have you been walking backwards at all with any back pressure?
Nothing at all except this right here. But don't get me wrong. It's coming the next step, right? The problem is that when you start working those little muscles, meaning the back pressure, the fingers, hand, you got to take a little bit of time off. For me, this right here, I can do every single day, right? No problem during this show. And I'm telling you now, man, I feel like I'm going to be a little bit better than the last time you was around here. That's all I'm saying. Maybe not a lot, but a little.
All right, well, we got Paul Lynn and Ruslan Babayev.
That's the one, man, that I'm thinking that if Paul Lynn crushes Ruslan, none of us should be surprised that a guy would take that many years off and then, just like his brother, come back not as good as he was before, right? We can say that Babayev, Rustam, was not the best version of him when he pulled Paul Lynn. Because that guy at one time was a fucking weirdo, right? You take some time off, your country goes through a war. Hey, things ain't the same around here. I'm still a bad motherfucker, and I can beat him 2 times in a row. But that third time, just tricky enough, and that shoulder pops out, bicep tendon, whatever the injury was, it was. Ruslan, he steps up. I don't think he's as good as Rustam for the most part, but still real good, but still with all that time off. And I'm telling you, man, Paul Lynn's getting better. Paul Lynn ain't, I know he's old relatively, but when it comes to arm wrestling years, the dude is young and he's still getting stronger. I mean, when I'm looking at those workouts, man, he's fucking digging. He is dug in. So honestly, I'm just being a straight up hater if I say that Paul Lynn's going to lose, because there is no evidence that can tell me that we shouldn't be not only rooting for Paul Lynn, but thinking, hey, it's going to be pretty amazing to be out 5-6 years to come back and be able to, because this guy's ready to roll 100% for 4 straight matches in a hook, no problem. And we've seen with Sasho, I mean, the motherfucker's right there. So yeah, I think that unless Ruslan could somehow be better than he ever was, that Paul Lynn's going to win. So I'm going with Paul Lynn, even though I'm usually not too keen on the Americans getting any wins. Paul Lynn, I think, can win, no doubt. Reminds me, Paul Lynn played for Bloomsburg.
Did he?
A place where Tyson Bagent played Bloomsburg for 3 years, threw for 1,000 yards. That's averaging over 333 yards per game, almost 13 touchdowns. Absolutely killed. Tyson Bagent has to be the greatest quarterback that's ever played at Bloomsburg University. There is no doubt about it. Home or visiting team. But once again, that's the old part of my life, Artem. You won't hear me talking about Tyson, them damn Chicago Bears, anything about preseason this week, Saturday, 12 o'clock, Tyson coming in either third or maybe second or Maybe he's the starter. Who knows? We are going to see. We are about to see this man blow up. Nothing I ever wanted in my life was to be a part of that. But no, I'm out of that. It's all arm wrestling, Artem. Let's keep on track. Keep it arm wrestling, Artem. Keep it arm wrestling.
Well, we do have $2 super chat from Paul Italia Cigar saying, could you see Tadzilla competing in the 95 class? So 95 kilos. So,
And what class is that? Who's the winner of that class right now?
95 kilos down 2.2. 209. I believe that's Paul Lynn's class, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's the champ of that class. He's the champ of that class. The only guy he's got to worry about his size is that Prudnick dude. Prudnick was a problem for some reason.
Even Prudnick is 115 even. Like he's
Yeah,
out.
but I feel like if the money's right, Prudnick could easily be 109.
I got you. Okay.
Or 105 or whatever that number is.
I guess depending when do you start arm wrestling? Because like Todd Hutching is our 200-pound guy. Oh,
I agree. Now listen, I just feel like that Prudnick and Todd Hutchins are the same size if the money's right. I think Prudnick can go from 189 to 209 to 231 if that's what was required. $1 million to the winner. And if I was him, I would go as far down as I could, definitely to the 209s. Definitely. Whether he can make 189, maybe not. But remember, Prudnick used to be a little dude. Get off of them damn stem cells, and all of a sudden my man's 190. Or at least 209, definitely. And he's a problem for Todd Hutchins. And there's not many problems for Todd Hutchins. Ungerbayev and that damn Prudnick. And there's probably a lot of other dudes that are strong, but he's the strongest of the strong when it comes to getting that hand and arm connected. Once that shit's connected in the groove, that's the dude.
Yeah, people realize, yeah, Todd was way too good at that 200, 220-pound weight class. They had to kick him out higher.
But he wasn't too good for East versus West. He was too good for the WAL.
Yes, for
he
sure.
He really should be, Todd should be at 198, 209.
Now that he's on international, yeah, that's a good point. Keep it lower.
Because he'll run into problems as well. It's just I like his chances.
And so that's what's going down. So people here clarifying us that Todd and Sasha is set for November at 95.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to be very close. I think that's like,
Todd's going to kill him.
Like when Tyson Bagent was in college, the second place, the runner-up, the second-string quarterback, it was not even close, which is why he went to the Senior Bowl. That's why he was supposed to get drafted. That's why now he went from an undrafted free agent to a dude that the Chicago media can't stop talking about. I'm done with that, though. All I'm worried about is straight arm wrestling, Artem. Keep it on topic, man. Seriously, I'm about to hang up.
I got you. My apologies. David Hahn for $1.99. Travis, feel sad for John watching him lose?
No, I don't feel sad for him because I know that he's an outstanding human being with an outstanding life and a super hot wife and a bunch of super cool kids and a super cool grandkids. And he lives in a fat ass house with a pool about 5 freaking steps out of his back door in Arizona, living like an absolute pimp. So no, I do not feel sorry for him. I am super envious and super happy for Todd Hutchins. That's where my feelings seem to go.
Hey, John has that like American dream house, right? Like pool,
Perfect.
fence, fat looking, but not like it's not nasty, right? It's just a nice property.
Yeah, it's like getting the cool suite at the Four Seasons where your double doors open up and you're at the pool. It's exactly the way that you should live if you are one of the greatest American athletes that has ever lived. And thanks to Delta Airlines, them two things.
No, I feel like you're one you'll want John as something even fatter if that's the way you put him. There's got to
Nah,
go
I disagree though. I think that
a Lambo park in front.
anything more than what John has is overkill. You would only need it because you had kids and shit. I mean, it's perfect.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like, for the way you put John at, like, you don't want to. I feel like John is like not too fat, but Scott Doshin creep. Remember Scott's house? Like that's
Well,
what.
yeah, exactly. But I think that the truth is that they have the same house, just not as much room.
Oh, that's an overkill. Yeah, Scott's overkilling it.
Yeah, or not only that, if I set you in Scott's living room with those double doors and set you in John's living room with the double doors, you can't tell the difference. The only way you can tell the difference is if you go upstairs at Scott's. There is no upstairs at John's. I'm telling you right now, John's living like an absolute pimp. Pimp. There is no motherfucking doubt about it.
But I was just thinking about the other day. He does have like that, almost the perfect house.
Yeah, no wasted space. He can go from his bedroom, walk 13 steps to the kitchen, grab a Coors Light, walk 17 steps, and jump in the pool.
That's a good,
Sweet.
Yeah, good way to no wasted space.
And he can do it 12 months out of the year. There's never a time he can't do it, which is awesome.
$2 super chat from Lawless Luchadors. The Cowboys.
Hey, that's the dude. That's my squad there. No more mention of the phenom undrafted free agent who has taken over the entire city of Chicago. You will not hear me say anything about the fact that my son is a unicorn freak weirdo beast at football, because I'm done with that shit. This podcast here, the only thing you're going to ever hear me say is arm wrestling.
Who you got? Speaking of Todd Hutchings, it's Todd Hutchings and Ibrahim Sagov, who is
that is happening, right?
That is happening. Ibrahim is that notorious flat, super quick inside puller. Like it's a press, but it's up on the hook.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome because I can only imagine that Todd Hutchings would only set, or Ingen would only set Todd up with an absolute amazing hooker if that was that guy's game plan. Because if not, you'd want to make it closer by giving him an Irakle type, someone who you think can get outside of his hand, work the angles and leverage like Prudnik, right? Like Devin, like Cataret, having a secret weapon. If this guy's a chopping hooker, the fear is Todd's going to fuck him up. But you realize that Ingen set the match, and no one understands the market better than Mr. Terzi. So it could be a long day for Todd. But once again, I do not care if Todd Hutchings is arm wrestling Iron Man. I am now forever gone with Todd Hutchings.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
I feel about Todd Hutchings the way I used to feel about the Shepherd Rams, Tyson Bagent, and the Chicago Bears, but not anymore.
That was a hot feeling. That was a hot feeling, man. I remember that spark in your eyes.
You live and learn, Artem. You live and learn. Everybody's your buddy. Everybody's your buddy when they need you, Artem.
I got you. Expectation list of disappointment, man. I learned it from a young age. Moving around arm wrestling tournaments. So, I'm discussing this match a lot because, like, this Ibrahim guy been just killing everybody in Russia at this AMC tournaments, just quickly, like, pressing everybody, shoulder in. He's just so tall, so he blocks everybody. He's out there. And I'm asking everybody who's like, well, fuck with a little bit. Hey, Tado Ibrahim. They're like, Ibrahim. I'm like, I want to bet some money with you because I didn't think so. I feel like
and I also know, in my opinion, whether anybody admits it or not, that match with John Brzezinski was super personal to Todd. And in my opinion, there's a chance that everything was geared toward that day. And now, kind of like when I pulled Bavoda or when I pulled Dave Randall and Vovoda happened to be standing in the way a month later. The truth is that Todd Hutchings' preparation for John Brzenk could propel him to even be stronger than he's ever been against this guy. So the only thing that scares me is the fact that Ingen set the matchup and the fact that the guy is not an outside puller, so you say. But nothing would ever make me not root for old Todd Zilla internationally, because that dude's arm does travel, which is just crazy.
Mm-hmm. People are asking about your weight. You're the same weight, right? 270 to 80?
273 probably. Do I look bigger or smaller?
Well, let us know, guys. The favorite subject of the show. Bigger or smaller Travis?
Yeah, whatever. How much do I weigh? 280, 270, 290?
All right,
What if I'm 290?
before I ask you about Vitaly and Rivas, $10 super chat from Silky Wilkie. I look forward to your commentary at East versus West, free from concern or mention about the now indignant undrafted free agent mentioned today. I'll reread it. I look forward to your commentary, East versus West, free from concern or mention about the now indignant undrafted free agent mentioned today.
That is a fact. I will 100% never mention Tyson Bagent's name again in any arm wrestling podcast. Just because he is the greatest athlete in the history of our area. Doesn't matter. You get one chance with the beast. You ruin the relationship, it's ruined.
Got $1.99 from Timothy Larson, but the message was retracted. Timothy, please come up with your money, ID, and messages all at the same time and channel them together, son. All right.
He got his name. He got an Uber and then canceled the ride right when he got in. My man, what a beast.
Hey, I once signed up for Uber, but like went all in, right? Like insurance, car registered, everything, was ready to about give somebody my first ride ever. Sign up. As soon as I accepted the ride, person canceled right there. That was the end of my Uber career. I'm like, oh, fuck.
One up, one down. 0 for 1, baby. 0 for 1.
Oh, fuck you too, Dad. I'm not going. So that was it.
The last Uber I went to was to Indianapolis to watch my son go 9 for 10 on a 92-yard drive in Lucas Oil Stadium. 2 people asked me, is that Peyton Manning? I said, no, sir. That's Tyson Bagent. Wow. What in the world took place? How could a kid be that talented and that selfish and not let his dad run his entire career from a marketing and agent standpoint?
That's insane, man. That's insane. So
let's keep it. I'm getting frustrated. Let's just keep it arm wrestling. Don't be talking about the Bears.
My apologies. Rivas Lutidze and Vitaly Lalitin.
Very simple. How many people are in the category underneath of Levon? We have now Hermes Gasparini as that one person underneath Levon before you start running into some traffic. The world hopes that Devin Larratt is also in that group with Gasparini. That's why we are so anxiously anticipating this. Is there another guy? We don't think it's Gennady because of Gennady's past history with Hermes during that match. But we are not convinced that Rivas is not maybe the guy. If he has an absolute dominating performance against Vitaly, we can 100% start to elevate him to that level where Hermes and Devin Larratt could possibly be. If Vitaly is successful, which I do not think he will be, it proves that this man just wasn't juiced up when he lost them couple matches over there before Dave and then lost to Dave. And now he's back on the sauce and he is one of them dudes that can be talked about with the Hermes. And I'll tell you, he's creative, right? If you're a guy like Hermes that needs a little hand and wrist control, Vitali could be a problem for you, right? But I think that Ravaz has shown too much versatility in his matches against Todd Hutchings along with Artem. He reminds me of a young Tyson Bagent, the way he commands the stage. But hey, that's a different story. Probably no Tyson Bagent because he was raised by his father to have zero flaws when it came to playing quarterback, Artem. If this was a football show, I could go on and on about the poise, the understanding, the fact that out of all the people I've ever met in my life, he is by far the coolest person I have ever met out of everybody. And I'm not a slapdick that hasn't met a rack of people. I've been around all the cool dudes. Tyson Bagent's the coolest guy that I have ever been around. Write that on your show there, Chicago Times.
Hey, Poland.
What up, fellas?
Whoa, there he is. Before you even start, don't be on here talking shit about how awesome Tyson Bagent is. Because that man fired me today. I'm no longer his publicist, manager, and agent. So
he fired you. He fired you already.
About arm wrestling only.
Okay, all right. He's scoring touchdowns. He's firing you already, huh?
I begged you not to bring that up. That is a very sore subject.
You need me to talk to him for you? I mean, you put a good word in?
I called him twice this morning. The phone, one time it was disconnected. The other time, some lady answered and said he's his assistant.
What the hell are you doing in the gym? Do my eyes deceive me?
I am tired of hearing about Tyson. It's time for my career to begin. I just beat Pablo last weekend. You are next, young man.
Next for what?
Your next ass whipping's coming.
Where,
next
from
time
Pablo?
Next time I catch you at Dave Morocco's practice, you ain't gonna like it. You ain't
just buckle up,
script.
Okay? You make sure you're buckled up. We don't want you to
Hey,
get hurt.
how far is the ride to your house from Newark?
3 hours.
God damn.
Yeah.
So we're landing at 11:40 and driving 3 hours. You got to drive 3 hours to your house?
Yeah. Yup.
Wow.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get out of there till after midnight too, before we get through customs and everything.
Wow. Wow. I got to find an arm wrestler that's near Newark Airport, man.
I don't know too many that are, man.
I got you a couple, Travis. It's all good. Hey,
Yeah, I mean, either I drive because it's 5 hours to my house, but I was thinking maybe it was same distance if I went through Harrisburg. But damn, that makes it 5 hours. Don't matter either way.
Yeah,
man. Right. Well, Ingen, we got to get Ingen on the phone. Who drops a man off at midnight in a different airport and it says you get your own plane ticket? Well, where ain't no plane.
Yeah, man. I'm used to it now. That's every trip's been like this. It's either that or go out of JFK, and that's even worse.
I can't believe you don't go out of Dulles.
But that Dulles don't have direct, does it?
Oh yeah, that's what I do, back and forth all the time. And then this time he said the flight was full, so he said I could go to Newark, and I'm like, at first it sounded like a good idea, but I don't even know. I want to sleep in Newark at 1 o'clock and get up and go back to that airport, or should I just stay? I don't know. I'm going to work it out. We'll see. But I might be riding with you back to Harrisburg.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
That works.
You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Just about 9-10 more pounds to cut and we'll be good.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow at like midnight.
Oh, that's good. At least that's a good schedule. It's a good schedule.
Yeah, I get over there, get time to acclimate and do my cut there. So it's all good. ready to roll.
Well, I heard Ingen doesn't even weigh you anyway because y'all are buddies.
Yeah, right. I'm the one who's been weighed every time since ever. Maybe the only one.
No, seriously, Artem said that he saw you cheating about 10 pounds last time you were there.
Imagine that. Imagine that. If only that were the case. I wish. I would love that.
Artem, can you confirm or deny Paul Lynn cheating the weight like you said or not?
No, Paul Lynn is most respected arm master by the heavens, angels, and God. So I have never, even if he commit such thing, I don't think heaven took it as a sin. They were like, it's all good. That's Paul Lynn. He can do another 15.
Well, listen,
Don't you
I
guys
used to
worry,
think
man.
Tyson
I document my weight cut every time, just in case for CYA.
I used to think Tyson Bagent had integrity too, Artem, and look what he did to his dad after he became the most famous quarterback in the history of the NFC North.
That third string battle is really eating up, right? Or maybe has he taken another step since,
you know what?
since the article?
I wish I knew the real deal, but Ty said the communication is very, very broad, and you just wait around for good news and just to hide, dip, and dive and get away from the bad news.
I feel like they like it that way. I feel like they like him guys under pressure.
Well, you know what else I realized is that if you're really cool, no matter what technique you use, the people underneath you will be like, dude, he's so awesome. He barely says anything. You're like, damn. It wouldn't matter what the NFL said. They're the shit. The Chicago Bears are the shit. So until you make it, they can be as brutally harsh as they feel like being, and all you give them is credit for it.
Yep.
But once again, we're not here to talk about that bullshit. What's the next match, Artem?
Well, I want to know if Paul gotten any time to do any extra. Have you seen any more research or footage of Ruslan or not really?
No, I mean, like I said, like paying attention to like podcasts and stuff. I talked to Ray a little bit. Ray said he's been active, but he's been active at like smaller tournaments in different countries like Germany and stuff, guess based off of where he's living. But there's essentially, unless I am looking in the wrong places, there is very little to find that is up to date. But he's been active, from my understanding. Just not really any footage that is easily uncoverable.
Well, it's going to be a terrible loss. It's going to be a terrible loss, then, if you're not successful. My God.
Absolutely. No excuses on my end, though. I'm healthy. Talked to Rob from VitaCell Biologic, hooking me up.
Okay.
Whoa, man, that guy's under investigation for giving steroids to people when he's supposed to be injecting them with growth hormone or whatever it is. Oh my God, you are fucked.
Hey, isn't that your title sponsor over there? I thought.
I saw Dr. Mark.
VitaCell Biologics, baby. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I saw Dr. Mark injecting John Brzezinski. And I saw a big bead of sweat come from his forehead. And right when he was getting ready to punch it into John, that bead of sweat hit John's vein. Boom! He popped that thing right in there. And John's been losing ever since. You better get away from that shit.
I'm just ready to have a healthy shoulder.
Man. Don't do it.
You can't talk like that about your title sponsor.
Oh, has he paid us yet? Oh, I apologize. Listen, everybody in the podcast, go to Biologics, VitaCell, whatever it's called, and get your shit done. I saw Angie Rombath go in there, get a shot, she come out, and it was Rombath. How in the hell did this happen?
Hey, so the final match is from the VitaCell athlete himself, Devin Laird and Hermes Gasparini. What you got?
I am so twisted by this. I believe 100% that Hermes has the skill level to do it. I am wondering how controversial and deep and how much time. And it was crazy too, because I said the same thing against Gennady. All he has to do is keep the thing going for about 15, 20 minutes without there being a whole lot of wins and losses. And he did it. And then he was unsuccessful, which is crazy. So now I'm thinking to myself, Devin's dream, Devin's nightmares, every one of these nights, he must be thinking about the fact that he ran out of gas. I wonder if that could somehow be fixed. And I believe that if it can be fixed, he will fix it. And that even though the opponent is even better, I believe the opponent cannot pull without his hand the way Gennady did. So I'm saying Devin Larratt gets this dude 4-2, and there could be a pin or two early that make whatever the hell his name is, Hermes, look amazing. Let's go, Devin Larratt.
All right, Paul, you got something? What you got?
Yeah, I mean, like most people saying, this is, to me, it's a tough one to pick. I feel like Hermes has the fundamental skills, the back pressure, the hand control, all that good stuff to win a couple rounds early. I see it very similar to most Devin matches. That if there's a stop, then the odds swing to Devin's favor. I'm with Travis in that I'm not sure Hermes has that high-end endurance if the match stops. He showed he can pull without his hand in weird positions with Levon, but I feel like Levon is never in those positions where Devin, you know, if Devin has your hand, he's probably not going to make a mistake. So I really think it comes down to can Devin make him uncomfortable enough in the setup, get him frustrated enough in the setup to get a match to stop. Once one stops, I think the odds shift. But I have Hermes as a slight favorite. Obviously, I'll be rooting for Devin. But that's kind of how I see it going, one of those two ways.
What about you, Artem? What the fuck you going to? What's your opinion?
You're
probably still looking up Tyson Bagent's stats. Yeah, he's the highest rated quarterback in the world. That's what he is.
And that's what it looks like. And that eBay card is like $900. I'm going.
Whoa!
I'm rooting for Devin. I have a feeling Hermes winning it like 3-1 or something crazy, or 3-2. But kind of by looking at how they did against the opponents and stuff, like in the previous, and Hermes and Levon and Devin and Levon, I gotta go Hermes.
Well, that's because you're always against the Americans anyway. Every fucking time. Ever since you got your green card, now you used to be like, I love the Americans. I love America. Star Spangled Banner. God bless America. Now, give you the green card, just like Tyson Bagent, you spit on all the things that got you here. Now it's all America. America is shit, Artem. Come on.
He's pulling a Canadian. Like, can I get a break? Something. I got a passport. I know Lindsay got a passport. I don't know. Give me something. Come on, man. Come on. Well, guys.
Well, how about the over-under on me getting fired from Core Sports?
I thought we were just
for your commentary or for what?
I'm just saying. I'm getting invited to coach. They're doing everything they can to get me out of that booth.
Yeah. Hey, you're gonna be in like 3 or 4 matches corners. You ain't even gonna have to work.
Whoa!
Really. You're gonna just have to go over there and yell same thing. Only
I'm not
harder,
being
like
in anyone's
times.
corner who I think is losing. I was going to go coach Jerry, and I looked at Jerry's face, and I'm like, oh, no. Jerry.
You did come down for like a minute.
Jerry's already back home. He already went back home.
You did come down for a minute and then disappeared. I said, come up here, and I looked back, and you was gone.
Well, I saw that. Boy. That writing was on the wall. I got out of there quick. No doubt. Well, man, I think I'm ready to go. Artem, are we close? Can we say that on behalf of the Bagent Unfiltered podcast here, all in, we are rooting for your ass.
Yes, we are.
We need it. We want it, right? We need a hero. And I think that we've got Todd Hutchings there who is going to help us. And I think that you, my friend, are someone else that can put some pride into the United States here. So on behalf of me and Artem, we can say that we are huge fans and thank you very much for not only coming on the show, but for being such a fucking stud when it comes to East Coast and American arm wrestling.
I appreciate you guys. All I can say is I'm gonna do my damnedest to make all that true.
All right,
well, listen, don't be thinking Tyson Bagent when it's over. He had nothing to do with it. Okay?
I'm texting Tyson right after. I'm gonna ask him if he needs a new agent.
Trust me, there's an opening. There's an opening. I asked him to do 2 shady signings, and all of a sudden, I'm a bad guy.
Well, he ain't a college athlete no more. He's allowed to do all that, isn't he?
I mean, there was some interesting circumstances on the situation, but hey, take one for the team if your dad needs the loot. Come on, bro.
You was treating him like Johnny Manziel's buddy, huh?
Hey, are you kidding me, man? I just got done. My whole business plan came after watching Manziel's the whole thing.
Yeah, that was great. That documentary was great.
It was great. It was great. Yeah. It was really great.
Hey, before you go, Travis, I got a $4.99 super chat. Cannot wait for your Hall of Fame induction speech. I wonder what kind of car your son will get. Congrats. Also, who plays you in Bioflick? What?
I already thought about the HBO True Hollywood movie, whatever you call it, but I figure I'll play myself. I figure we'll have Rihanna or somebody like that play Casey, and I'll play myself.
Relax. Calm down for a second. Gonna be you and Tiffany Haddish. All right, maybe.
I'll get back at Tyson and Casey at the same time for trying to ruin my life after everything I did for those 2 people, Artem.
Tyson not gonna make it in the movie and shit because you're all upset now. Yeah, Travis Bagent. I've been arm wrestling for this many years. Got 1 hot wife, 2 kids.
4 kids, man. God damn.
No. By the time the documentary gonna come out, you're only gonna really like the 2.
Yeah.
You have to pick with Ezra and Diem.
There's only gonna be 2 of them that still talk to me after their mom poisons their brains like she did with Tyson.
So hey, I missed the beginning of this. So all this talk here is because he didn't answer your phone call today.
No, he fired me. He fired me right after the game.
Okay.
I was the head of marketing, quality control, everything. I walk in and I got all these new people there, and they tell me I need my ID. My ID. I said, I'm Tyson's dad. They said, you look like you're 28, son. There's no way you could be his dad.
So
we're done with Tyson. This show will never highlight any more of Tyson Bagent's stats, even though he is the career college touchdown leader at 159. But who cares about that bullshit, Artem?
Hey, Lawless Luchador is saying that Steve Black is ducking me for $2 super chat.
Oh, is that the karaoke guy?
Yeah. He said
I'm on that. I will make that call today. We are setting that up. We got it.
Please do, because he said he reached out to Steve Black and he been ducking, leaving him on red.
I mean, come on, man. Steve's the singing arm wrestler. You tried to contact Steve Black. This guy's a new guy now.
It's almost like so you're saying contacting Steve, it's just as hard as contacting Tyson Bagent nowadays. Can't even get a hold of the guy.
They got the same marketing agency.
Well, no. When Tyson hangs up on you, it just says the Bears, and when Steve hangs up on you, it goes into like a singing thing of the whole
Yeah,
character.
exactly. The Super Bowl shuffle. It goes into the Super Bowl shuffle.
Ah,
All right. Well, listen, congratulations there, Pauline. Good luck, homeboy.
Yes, sir. I
Are
see
we
you
going to hit
soon.
it tomorrow? Are we going to hit it? We can go one more time tomorrow, Artem, right?
we can go as many days as you're still in America, son, because I know you're not looking for the
I
flight.
think I'm leaving Thursday at 12 o'clock.
I got you. Well, we're going there tomorrow, and whenever you do acclimate from your flight back.
Yeah, definitely. Plus, I'm going to go live the whole time I'm there.
Oh yeah. Because we do have an agreement. Hey, Paul. By the way, Paul, I want you to know this: that me and Travis have an agreement. Every time Travis goes live of Travis Bagent Unfiltered while he's in Istanbul, I'm paying him $20 a live. Doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds or 2 hours. It's 20
Okay.
bucks a live every time Travis goes live. Keep that in mind.
Okay. So every time I remind him and grab his phone and go live from it, I can take $10 of that.
You
Yeah,
can
you can have
negotiate
18.
whatever.
You can have $18.
You negotiate whatever it is. All I can tell, have a stack of 20s and they'll be flying in whatever directions you can catch them. I'm just saying, I keep racking them 20s and they're not going anywhere.
All right, cool. Every time we do it, I'm gonna say, hey, Travis Bagent Unfiltered going live right now on behalf of Paul Lynn. Artem, send me a PayPal.
You got it. You got it. And the link in the description. Be good. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming in here. Paul, as Travis said, kill it, young man. We'll be rooting for you, and we'll see you guys in the next time. Shout out
Thanks
to
a
Barry.
lot, gentlemen.
What's going on, Barry Bourne? In the house. Thank you, Paul. Please exit so I don't have to kick you out. All right, Paul is out. Thanks, everybody. We'll be tuning in tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for the super chat. Super chats. I've pretty much we read them all. Adios, players. I'm trying to I was trying to find how to add emojis for the members, and I'm gonna do that once I like find a it's not a simple thing because I wanted to do it once we get the members, but the members are always in the chat, so I feel like it will be cool if y'all have cool emojis and stuff. So I'm gonna work on that, guys. So hopefully by tomorrow's live, we have the cool shit. Yes, sir. We try to keep the arm wrestling. We try to keep the podcast to arm wrestling, but I keep bringing up. I love football, man. Keep bringing up Tyson this whole time. Thank you, Sarah Latona, for coming. We'll see you next time. And the stream